All right, so perhaps you know some people that when they retired, it just seemed like they quit their job and started having all kinds of things go wrong with their physical health. I've discussed this with people and we wonder, well, is it because like they were just running on adrenaline trying to keep their job and their life together, and then once they stopped working, their body went, okay, now you're going to take care of me, and all these things started popping up. Maybe they ignored symptoms because they were too busy. Just always kind of been interesting to me how people seem to be going along fine and then they retire and all these things come up. Also could be a coincidence that this happens. You know, they worked so long that they were just at the age where you start getting more unhealthy. But what I've also noticed is that it doesn't happen to everybody, and some people are just, going really strong. I know a lot of people in their 80s and even 90s who are just like walking around, not even using a walker, what's the difference? So there's a lot of factors, of course, and I can't control all of them, and I really try to just focus on what I can control in life. That's one of my goals, to prepare for retirement. The financials kind of all dialed in. I just need to keep up my good habits with that. But my health, I'm in good health. Don't take any medications. I need to lose some weight and I need to get in better shape, and I need to not start developing any problems. I've got low blood pressure, everything. And so I just want to keep it that way. What I've decided for 2025 is to start adding some good habits. And rather, because I know myself pretty well at this age, rather than making a list of all the good habits I'm going to start and trying to keep track of all those different habits, and then, by mid-January, which it is already, find myself having stopped half the habits or more, and then thinking, well, that's another year that didn't work out for me. So this year what I did is make a list of healthy habits, and I've decided just to choose one each month, and I've even given myself permission to not add another habit in February, but switch habits, and do that every month. Now, I have a feeling what will happen is that after 30 days, habits are pretty solid, so I won't actually trade habits. I'm going to try and trick myself here. I'll actually probably add a habit. So these are the habits I've come up with so far, and I haven't come up with 12 yet, so I hope you have some suggestions on healthy habits, and it could be for physical health or mental health. We have to do both, right, to be complete, healthy, and content people. But here's the list I've come up with so far. All right, so for January, drinking water. So I chose this because I know water is super important. When my own children, are sick or not feeling well, or my little toddler students, are sad, or out of sorts, not feeling well, I offer them water. So I know for a very long time how important water is to every cell in your body. One of the challenges of being a teacher is if you drink too much, you have to go to the bathroom naturally, and it can be really hard to leave the classroom. So I didn't set a goal of huge, ginormous amounts of water, but I've decided to drink this big jug of water every day. I have to do most of it before or after school. And then I have usually one sparkling water and then some herbal tea. So between all of that, I should be able to get a lot of water in, and that'll help with, appetite suppression, but just with also flushing toxins in, the benefits of water. But anyway, so January, doing well so far. It is January 11th when I'm recording this, and I've finished my water every day, even when I was really sick and didn't want to. Another habit I will choose for some month this year is to eat using the Glucose Goddesses recommendations. There's a book and she's got videos and everything. But basically that's an order of eating your food that avoids having your glucose spike. And I have noticed, I check my glucose from time to time, and I've noticed that sometimes, it stays a little high after I eat. I'm not in the insulin intolerant range yet, but I'm a little concerned. And so I definitely don't want to become diabetic or insulin intolerant. So I'm planning on adding that habit like every day, all the time. I kind of try to do it now, but every day, all the time, some month, eat in the order that the Glucose Goddess recommends. Another habit I'm going to start is to move my body after every meal. And this really shouldn't be that hard because I don't eat breakfast. And for lunch, I eat with my students, and I feed my students like that's super healthy, organic, great, wonderful food. So that's a healthy meal. And then after we eat, we go outside to play. And so I can run around and jump around and get at least 10 minutes of really active play with them on my part and get that 10 minutes of activity after lunch. And then after dinner, it could just be marching in place or dancing, and this is something I'm going to invite my husband to do it. We do it sometimes, but one of these months I'm going to do it every day, and that includes snacks. And so I think that will be great for two reasons: that we do late night snacking, that we have to move afterwards, and I don't know whether that will be a deterrent to eating or not, because I do like to move. I just need to prioritize it. But I'll do that one month this year, add that habit. Another habit for one of these months is to really make sure I get 7 to 8 fruits and vegetables. I'm not so good with measuring like the actual serving size, so I'm not actually sure how close I am to that, because I know, I might have, big salad and that's a couple servings, or I really like broccoli, so I might probably have more than what's considered a serving of broccoli. And so I think to do that, though, I'll really have to make sure that when I do snack, I'm having some fruits or vegetables. So 7 to 8 fruits and vegetables every day will be another habit I add this year, as I look forward to retirement and a healthy retirement. Another habit I plan to add to my life, and this is more for my mental health, and that is to read fiction every day. So I like to read, I like to consume information, but I've noticed over the years my reading has tended to be like nonfiction, either like learning how to do something or reading to help me in my career, or about finances. And I've gotten away from reading fiction, and I think reading fiction is just a little gift to yourself, because it's just for pleasure. It's just for your own enjoyment, and there's no end goal in it. So I'm like, right now I'm reading an autobiography, so that wouldn't count. So to get some good fiction, so if you have favorite fiction books, please put them in the comments. But I'm just going to read, even if it's just one page. But the thing is, if you read one page, you're going to read more if it's a good book. So that will be another health goal for me some month. Don't know, maybe next month. I'm not obligating. I'm just making my list. I'll choose every month. So reading fiction. Another habit I'm going to add this year is the always doing a cold water shower on my lower back. This was something years ago when I first started teaching and my health just went ugh. And I went to a naturopath and she told me do that every day, because what that does is makes the blood rush towards your organs, away from your skin, and then they get that rush of blood in, but then also as it warms up, the rush of blood out. And I'm not going to get into all the science because I don't really know all the science, but basically that kind of rejuvenation and nurturing of all that blood rushing to your organs is good for your system, and that's one of the reasons people do cold plunge. I also do cold plunge, but it's more like I do it in a river with my friend, and then we sit and chat afterwards, and it's more because we did it once for fun, and now it's more of just a social thing. But I'm going to get in the habit of every day I do that cold water spray across my lower back. Another habit that I need to add is getting good about taking my vitamin D, because I live in a place where it's very overcast a lot of the year. In fact, here they won't even insurance pay for, I'm sure it varies, but generally won't pay for vitamin D blood check because we just assume everybody's low on vitamin D. So I want to get in the habit of taking vitamin D, and I might add other supplements to that. I don't know, but at least vitamin D every day during one of these months. All right, how many habits have I listed? Maybe I can't get up to 12. Another habit I want to get into is sitting and breathing deeply for at least a minute every day. And I know you might be thinking a minute's not very long and you should probably do that more, but the thing is, I'm a Virgo. I can tend to perfection, and that just gets in the way of progress, right? So I'm just going to 1 month promise myself a minute of deep breathing, and hopefully like the reading of the books or even the movement, once you start, that's the hardest part, and maybe I will do it longer. And I'm not necessarily going to meditate because I have my prayer time already established in a good habit and my worship time already established in good habits. But just sitting and breathing and centering myself is going to be one of my healthy goals this month. Okay, I guess that is all the healthy habits I can think of that I want to add to my life in 2025. Let me know what habits you have added to your life, not necessarily this year, but over the course of time that you know have really helped you be healthy as you head into retirement, or if you're already in retirement. My hope is once I retire, I can even expand these habits further. We'll see, we'll maybe add meditation to the mix, add longer walks to the mix, I would hope. But anyway, I'd love to hear your ideas because I do want to do a different healthy habit every month. That would be great. All right, here is a video that I think you'll like, and then I hope you will subscribe if you visited my channel before so that you can see my new videos when they're released and help me grow this channel. All right, thanks for watching and take care.